to the Kellaway'S.
Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Breakfast with the Kellaway'S. I'm Jane Kellaway and thanks for joining me. We're going to be here every week on Hump Day, that's right, 8 o'clock in the morning we'll be uploading our shows and it's going to be fantastic. Interviews, plenty of laughs, great songs and my very special guest for the first show, Simply Bush! Yay!
Oh wow, calm down.
I don't know about Reezy, but I'd like a bit more clarification on this Hump Day.
Hump Day, it's purely just the word.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wednesday being the middle of the week.
That's
right.
Because some
gotcha.
people get very depressed sort of Monday or Sunday
That's
night,
right.
Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right.
Wednesday they reach the top and then Thursday,
Of
Friday,
the
it's
hump.
all, here we go. We're
That's
in the
right.
weekend.
Downhill.
Yeah, so this is the whole
gotcha.
idea of the show is so that we give someone a bit of oomph to get through the rest of their week.
Okay, so maybe we should have gone. Welcome to Hump Day at the
We could have.
Alright,
But you never
welcome
know.
to Hump Day. I think welcome to breakfast at the Kellaway'S is nicer.
This is
Yeah.
wonderful.
Thank you. We
This
love
is
it. We're very
wonderful. Like,
excited.
you know, people don't realise this. We do many interviews through the year, haven't we?
Yeah, we do.
And many different places around Australia. And, you know, most of the radio announcers have what they call a head for radio. And what you haven't realised is this would
That
have
was
to be
him.
one of the most beautiful radio personalities in Australia.
Thank
And
you.
now you're on the big screen.
TV,
I know,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
This is wonderful.
I
I don't know whether we should read anything to the fact that Fred's behind the camera.
Yes.
Where? Where's Fred?
Where's Fred?
Where's
Where's
Fred?
Fred? Fred, where-
Hi, Fred.
Oh, hello, babe. He's our producer, director, husband, Fred, and we couldn't do all this without him, so thank you, baby. And he is the chef for today,
Oh,
because
chef.
what is for breakfast at the Kellaway'S today? Bacon
Bacon.
and eggs.
Bacon,
not,
mate,
not unless
bacon.
you're named Leo.
No.
Leo gets the bone.
Yes.
Oh, Leo at the back, yeah.
Yeah.
You should never give your dog any products from the magical pig. 'Cause
Oh, really?
yeah, it's not good for them.
Yeah.
Not good. Bacon
Yes.
is not good for them. Ham fat at Christmas time, definitely no.
Oh.
And ham skin, like pig skin off your chicken, off your Christmas ham, no good. Don't
Good for
give
you,
the
though.
dogs. Good for us. And crackling, definitely no good for the dogs.
So
Believe it or
funny.
not, the true
Good on you.
story. So this is a community dog safety health message.
And I'm loving it. I want to know about you guys. What have you been doing? I know you've been chatting with me, but what have you been doing for the year? Like, I feel
Well,
like it's been a long time since we've
We
talked.
travel all over the place.
Yeah, all over the country. So we went to
Yeah.
Western Australia this year, Janie. That was
Nice.
fantastic. We went and did that little Boy Up Brook festival over there.
Yes.
And it was hilarious because on the Friday night, was it H. Williams was performing.
He's a nice
And
guy.
he's a lovely
Yeah,
man,
terrific.
and he's a
Terrific
great mate.
guy.
But he got up and he was doing his set and it was going really well. And he said, "Oh, I'm going to bring some friends on stage." And we'd never been to Western Australia before for a show. And he said, "Oh, I'm going to bring out my great friend Simply Bushed." And about 2 people went.
Yeah. Crickets are going.
And so,
Maybe go away with it. I don't know.
and then so I went out. We went out to the microphone. I went. He said, "Simply Bush, yeah!" And the whole crowd went.
They're a tough crowd in Western Australia.
Look,
All right.
it's nothing wrong
It's
with that. It's
harsh.
good for your ego.
It was good.
Brings us back
Yeah,
to earth.
good balancer. So that was a lot of fun. But we had a gig the next night and absolutely smashed it.
Yeah.
And
Good on you.
it was good. And now Western Australia loves us.
Well,
So that was
they
fantastic.
should. So they
And we
should.
brought out a new album in
A
January,
big new album.
which has been, you know, we're 6 months or 7 months through the year now, and it's going really well. And
Good
we've
on
had
you.
different singles off it, which we love, and we've done a film
Couple
clip.
of film clips this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. With the young James Fox from the Filmery.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Dungeons,
Yeah.
Mob,
Yeah.
We had him up in Tamworth just to shoot the making of our album, Janie. And I don't know if you remember the song No More Holdens that
Yes.
we wrote when the
Yes.
Holden factory shut down. Well, we had in 24 hours we had 20,000 views of a rough version of it. So we knocked up a film clip for the song, and James had basically 24 hours with one camera, two light
Wow.
Did a great
units.
job.
Yeah.
And we chucked him in the deep end, and so he's become our honorary little producer.
Oh,
you know,
very
so
good.
we're doing another clip with him next week, and we've done the last couple with him.
Excellent.
Yeah, the songs have been going well, and people seem to be enjoying the songs, and
Yeah.
you know that's what we do.
Well,
It's all
speaking
about
of
good
songs, how about we play a quick song and then we might bring that brekkie out? What do you
Yeah, well, I
reckon?
can
That
smell-
sounds good.
Anyway, all right.
All right, what do you got for me?
Well, I I just thought because it's you know it's a bit of fun being on Brekkie at the Kellaway'S, so we thought we might start with a silly song and then we're going to do a really serious one and have a chat about some serious stuff.
Sounds good.
Do you drive out in the bush much, or you generally fly or take your
First class?
tour bus?
Yeah, right. Because I get
The
the
tour
big bus.
coach.
Tour coach, yeah.
That will be the dream.
Winnebago.
It depends where I'm going. If it's out bush, I've got to drive, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah. You know when you get to a certain point and the drivers are going the other way, they go like that.
It's
It's like a hello.
It says so much with just that.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we wrote a song about it.
Oh, very good.
Right, here we go. And just for your listeners and viewers, we'll be doing a new film clip for this next week. So
Excellent.
it'll be out in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, hopefully, you know, before you know it, they'll be waving fingers everywhere.
And feel free to wave your fingers, get the right finger.
Yeah,
I do
exactly
I do that.
right.
I often do that.
Yeah.
You know, like
What,
just,
the wrong finger?
No, the right one.
The right finger.
Which one is the right finger? Doesn't matter, does it?
It does. It's very important that you get the right finger.
Okay, yes.
Very important, folks, the right finger. And we found that there is also a correlation between when you ask people in the city to wave a finger at you as an experiment, you get a different finger than when you're out in the bush and get people to wave your finger. So here it is. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Tight start.
Yeah.
What's with all this road rage? I'll never understand what happened to the concept of give your mate a hand.
What become of courtesy? A nice old-fashioned word. Not by the city folk, or perhaps they could.
We're heading north from Dubbo, with 9 hours more to drive. I'll send a little message home the moment I arrive.
Somewhere just past England is where the magic starts. A little act of friendship that sets country folk apart.
Wave your finger at the driver going back the other way. Might be the only kindness they receive all day. Just enough to say that everything will be okay. Wave your finger at the driver going back the other way. Just finger, Janie.
Which finger? Yes.
Good girl. The club is not exclusive, no application fee. Doesn't matter who you are, but where you like to be.
Friendly flash of headlights says there's bush trucks up ahead. Or a big red kangaroo that's either asleep before it's dead.
It's something you can count on when you're driving way out there, where the twisted giddy thrives and there's ripples in the air.
Don't you feel alone on this lonely dusty road? Cause the people driving past you all share a bushy coat.
Wave your finger at the driver going back the other way. Might be the only kindness they receive all day. Just enough to say that everything will be okay. Wave your finger at the driver going back the other way. Alright, this is something different. Now the Padre did a bearing that would need some bush repairing. He was driving out through Byrock with a mulga gig to do. The publican was sparing, he proved that he was caring, and he had it good as new by the time he came back through. Wave your finger at the driver going back the other way. Might be the only kindness they receive all day. Just enough to say that everything will be okay. Leave it off quicker. Wave your finger at the driver going back the other way. Wave your finger at the driver going back the other way. Might be the only kindness they receive all day. Just enough to say that everything will be okay. Wave your finger at the driver going back the other way.
Wave your finger at the driver going back the other way.
Wave your finger at the driver going back the other way.
Can't get the fingers out.
Well, that girl, come on.
I love it! Yay! Oh, you guys are classic. I already know I got the melody, got the whole lot going on.
Got it going on, Jenny?
Easy. That's okay.
Come and get your brekkie.
All right, Breakie's on.
To go. We'll be
Right,
back
bacon,
soon.
folks. See you shortly.
How would you like to win a guitar just like this one? Well, you can, and it's so easy. Pop onto the Breakfast at the Kellaway website and click on the competition link. Order yourself a Breakfast at the Kellaway's mug and have a photo with it, somewhere interesting and unusual, and send it in. So if you live in Australia, there's a guitar to be won every 13 weeks. You've got to be in it to win it.
We're in action.
Welcome back to Breakfast at the Kellaway's. We've fed the animals. They're now having a little sleep. Oh.
That was good bacon, Kel. Good bacon, mate. You better get back on the job, Riggs.
Back on the job and back to the serious stuff.
Back to our non-product placement cups.
That is correct. That is correct. No, it's good to have you boys here. Thank you. I know you guys have got a gig this afternoon, so I don't want to keep you too much longer.
No worries. Thanks
You
for
were
having us,
saying
Jane.
You're welcome. Before the break, we were talking about the serious stuff. Now, fill me in.
Well, look, you know, when Simply Bush is singing songs about Australia, we try to keep that happy most of the time and fun. However, you know, life isn't always happy and perfect, you know, and at the moment there's a heap of Aussies struggling out there, and we've just got back from Tamworth, and we travel all the time. And I don't know about you, Reezy, but I can't think when I've seen the ground so dry and so cracked and so harsh.
It is the driest, and there's a lot of people really hurting at the moment.
Yeah.
We did a series of concerts there a couple of years ago with Luke O'Shea, where we went out and travelled and played for the farmers. At that stage, were at their wits' ends, and trying to help them get through. Just give them something happy for one night.
Yes.
You know, and unfortunately, in some areas it still hasn't rained, and through even the economy and issues all around, the farmers are really struggling, and I think it's come to a point now. It really has come to a point.
It's really easy in the city, you know. You go to the tap, you turn the tap on,
That's
and water
it,
comes
right.
out, you know.
I know, and I get
we take it for granted, and
Yep.
I mean, people are complaining about how much a lamb chop costs at the butcher. Well, you try and feed the lamb to start with.
I know. It's the sad thing is a lot of them don't even have the they can't afford the bullets.
Yep.
To put the
No, they can't,
and
and you know, you think of the psychological damage that does to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, farmers are out there with their sheep, their cattle, and even ones that don't have sheep and cattle, ones that are trying to grow stuff. To watch everything just fall apart, and you know, it's the biggest gamble they'll ever take, is to put all this money into for this future yield. But you know, the psychological damage of having to shoot your sheep or watch your cattle die. You know, it's I take my hat off. I just don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it.
And we're not willing to go and do it, Janie. You know, we want the food. We want
Well,
the good,
exactly.
healthy. We want healthy, you know, vegetables and things. We want to eat, but you know, we're all off busy doing things. So anyway, we just thought, rather than, you know, not to be sad today. However, just
it's important
you know,
to
if we
know.
have a voice of any sort, then
right.
perhaps. It might be nice to do a song that just recognises how those guys are struggling. This is not off a new album.
No, this is one of our older songs.
I love this one.
This song was we wrote 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Off My Country?
Off the Euro 3.
Euro 3, okay.
Yeah, off the
Euro 3. Ah, yes.
And it's about the drover, the old-fashioned drover, who you still see. You know, they still some on horseback, but lots of them now, they have their caravans parked on the side of the road, and you see all the dogs and kids, and they literally just move their cattle towards market in the long paddock, and trying to just fatten them up so they've got something to sell at the other end. And this song sort of talks about that, and going through the outback of New South Wales. I spent a lot of time out that way, sort of west of Tilpa. There's the Paru River. It's a very beautiful area, but very harsh and dry. Some of the most amount of wildlife you'll ever see in Australia, you'll find in that top corner of New South Wales, and but it's a tough place. It's a very tough place. So.
All right, let's hear it.
This is normally a big production sort of a number, Janie, with, you know, lots of drums from Davey Roberts and stuff. But anyway, hopefully the song carries and the message.
How about I get out of your way for this one? Stretch
right.
out a little bit.
You're right.
Cattle they fall, one by one as the sun shines down, cracking the ground, cracking their skulls, pushing them into the ground. I'm Walked 1,000 miles across this country, golden brown. Never have I seen it so damn dry. Right on, right on. I can't wait to see the rain. Right on, right on, right on, right on. I can't wait to see her again. Oh, we crossed the Para, west of Tilba, and headed for the south. Just before the rivers would run dry, we head along the Darling, a riverbed of dust, with nothing to eat but bloody pies. Right on, right on, right on. I can't wait to see the rain. No, no. Right on, right on, right on, right on. I can't wait to see her again. You know. Wentworth, I'd lost at least half the bloody herd. Starting to think that old mate Jack was right. I know now, if I hadn't stayed, I would have lost a lot. I guess that's why the others had to die. Right on, right on, right on, right on. I can't wait to see the rain. No, no, no. Right on, right on, right on, right on. I can't wait to see her again. Yeah, right on.
Oh my gosh. Breakfast at the Kellaway'S is heading off to Norfolk Island next year in May for the Country Music Festival. Why not come with us? Click on the Kellaway Country icon on the website for all the details. Guys, that's amazing. It really, every time I hear that, my guts just go, oh, it
Thank
pains
you.
me. But,
Yes, it's a really emotive song, and I guess it would be just a patch on how those people are actually feeling,
yeah,
Jamie. You know?
I know. Yeah.
So I guess what we would like to come from songs like that is that at least we're trying to think about those people. you know?
Exactly. And
We've got some things going on to try and, heaps of musicians trying to raise a bit of coin and trying to raise a bit of awareness. And Aussies are very, very generous, but
yes,
we do get called on a lot to give, you know, and so sometimes, you know, it's tough to keep giving and keep giving and keep giving when people are personally battling as well, you know,
Yes.
it's getting dearer and dearer to live.
well, we're lucky we've got some helplines out there as well.
Yep.
They're very good. So I know Lifeline's got a great helpline. There's
Yep.
suicide lines and things like
Yeah.
that. So if you are struggling out there in any way, shape or form in your life, whether it be personal or business, pick up the phone.
Oh,
Ring a
without a
mate.
doubt.
Just,
Without a doubt.
you know, the Are You OK days. They're
Yeah.
great days, but we need to be doing that every day, don't we?
Yeah.
Just
How's
checking
it
on your
going?
buddy. You know,
Yeah,
how's it going, buddy? How's it
Yeah.
going?
And look, with Simply Bush, that's one thing that I love about the band is that we do travel a lot, and we have there's we have a lot of fun while we're doing it, and I think that shows in our shows as well. Like you can see it comes out,
Yeah.
but all of us, the best part about it is when we go to the small places that we get to touch and be with these people and listen to their stories. And there's many times, isn't it, when we've come back after gigs and we're just gobsmacked by a story we may have heard.
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
And if we can, I don't know, if we can get a message out to people and they're touched by something that we're singing and playing for, maybe they haven't noticed, maybe there's people in the city, which I imagine would happen, are oblivious to what's going on west of the ranges, and not even so far, like even around in Sydney, if you look around Campbelltown, Picton, Camden, there's farmers that are
and we're dry out here. We are
absolutely dry.
Yeah.
And so I think it's very important that we sing about these things.
Well, thanks for the bit that you do with it all. You've got some festivals,
we do,
major things coming up towards the end of the year.
Yeah, look, we've had a wonderful year so far, having got to go to Western Australia, but we're going to Tasmania. We're doing a festival down there called the Kempton Country Music Festival.
I know what you mean.
So
Yes,
we're going down to the Tassie for the first time. We've also we'll be in our local area for Remembrance Day on the 11th of the 11th.
Lovely.
So we'll be out at the Warragamba Workers Club, where they're unveiling their Anzac statue this year, their commemorative statue. They've raised a lot of money and a lot of effort for that as a memorial. So we're going out to sing on Anzac Day. That's going to be a family day. That's going to be great.
Okay.
They're fun. They're good.
They are. I love the family days.
And we've got the Bold Jack Donahue Festival out in Warragamba early next year. So we've got that one coming up, as well as working towards Tamworth now. We've got some other Sydney gigs, haven't we, Reezy? We've got Austral Bowling Club before Christmas.
We do.
You can see Chris and I out at K Ranch on the 18th with
Davey.
Davey.
Oh, you're going out there?
Yeah, we're doing K Ranch.
Excellent.
We did it last year. That's
Fantastic.
true.
Yeah, it's a great venue. It's a great venue.
There's plenty of opportunities to come and see Simply Bush, folks. We're all over the place. Keep an eye on our website. Keep an eye on our Facebook.
Yeah.
We've got a cruise coming up, Cruise and Country, of course. And
they love you on that. How many is that? Like, how many now?
This will be
8. No, 7.
7. Yeah, 7. We only missed the first one. But it'll be our last one for a little while. So we're
going to do some different things.
Yeah, they're going to change it up a bit.
Understand.
So give some other up and coming struggling bush bands a go.
Okay then. Because you guys are making the mega bucks now.
Oh, mate, you know how it is. We're loaded.
Yeah, but they do love you. I remember the story that you were telling us on the very first one that you did on that.
Yeah.
And how they line up and, people were banked up to see you guys. They went, you can come around. And they're like, no, we want Simply Bush.
The poor old Wolverines, wasn't it? They had to move us down in the signing just to
They did, because we blocked the hallway.
But what a great thing. They love you. And why not? And we're hoping that shows like this get to showcase artists like you, not just in Australia but overseas as well.
Oh,
thank you.
Because
look, you've worked very hard through the years to promote people too, and we thank you for that.
My pleasure. That's what we're here for. We can all help out each other. That's a good thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Breakfast at the Kellaway'S.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. I know, the brekie's great. The brekie's
bacon.
great. All right, so we've got another song before we go.
Okay.
We're going to play the video clip for this one.
Okay.
And we're going to say goodbye on that. So
no worries at all.
The Holden car, very dear to your heart?
It is, Jodie. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm a Holden boy through and through.
Yes.
They say you can take the boy out of Campbelltown, but you can't take the Campbelltown out of the boy.
I do know.
And I grew up as a Macquarie Fields lad. Had a whole series of Tiranas. My first one got stolen after only a week. That mentions that in the song, and that was a beautiful, like a little granny's car.
Yes.
To and from church on Sunday, a little LJ Tirana.
Nice.
And when they shut down the factory, it was so impacting because, I saw the reality of those people losing their jobs, and Australia's lost something as well. Australia's lost something as well. Not just the Holden car, but our car making industry. My grandson's not going to get an Aussie car for his first car. Chances are. So that was sad to me.
Yeah, but that's what you guys write about, all those heartfelt things.
Yeah.
But I have to say, Mum's Bar is still my favourite.
There's a great clip on YouTube for that.
I know, you've got it, and that's what I love. So all your video clips are on your channels?
Absolutely, you can look at us at all those places, www.simplybush.com.au, Facebook /simplybush.
Yeah.
We're on Twitter, but we never go on there. And we did one comment about 3 years ago, so you can read that.
We try.
All right, well, thanks to the boys for coming today. Paulie, Chris, thank you so much. Thanks for joining me at Breakfast at the Kellaway'S. Make sure you check out the website breakfastatthekellaways.com.au and tune in next week. Bye for now.
Same
Bye.
Kell channel, same Kell place.
Same Kell place.
I know.
Bye.
Bye. won't be making Holdens anymore. They've turned off all the lights and shut the factory door. Will the country ever hear the lions roar? They won't be making Holdens anymore. The first one I recall was white and grey, a special, not the Prem, an old EH. The 186 would fly as a nation motored by. There won't be classic Holdens anymore. Me mother bought a Trana spanking new, Caribbean turquoise, kinda green, kinda blue. Velour on the seats and a Stromberg 202. There won't be family Holdens anymore. They won't be making Holdens anymore. Will the young folks ever hear the lions roar as they're taken on the mountain or a Sunday family outing? They won't be making Holdens anymore.
Here he comes, Peter Brock comes across the line to win the 1984 James Hardy 1000.
My first love, a metallic gold LJ. Some thieving mongrel came and stole away. Houndstooth bucket seats and the 4-speed on the floor. They won't be racing Tranas anymore. My automotive lust became a van. The love was true, a boy became a man. With red crushed velvet buttons and a mattress on the floor. There won't be love in Holdens anymore. They won't be making Holdens anymore. They've turned off all the lights and locked up all the doors. And what about the people who work the factory floor? They won't be making Holdens anymore. They won't be making Holdens anymore. Will the country ever hear the lions roar? It's not a business failure, it's a tragedy, Australia, that they won't be making Holdens anymore. No, we won't be making Holdens anymore.